Let me know if I missed anything. We're looking at PLRX, ITRM, COMS, TBLT, and then we're kind of looking at AGRX and TTOO. Do let me know if I missed something. Or if you have a short setup, post it to your channel or something. Morning, you're on the Baba short. All right. I'm on the Baba cut my losses train. Okay, so let's look at the market here. Oil is at 100, it spiked up to about 103, was at 101, so it's in a little bit of a range there, just above 100. Overall, let's look at oil. Oil remains bearish, in bearish trend, possibly sideways in the medium term. But in the short term, it's in bearish trend. And then intraday right now remains to be seen. It's just somewhat sideways. And the energy sector also following along. That is a sign that possibly inflation has peaked and has pulled back, because oil being one of the best indicators of most leading indicator of inflation and commodities. The Qs, the growth market, are holding a little bit stronger this morning as the market has corrected a little bit. We are sitting right in the middle of Friday and Thursday's trading ranges. We're above Thursday's trading range and middle trading range, center trading range, and we're just slightly below Friday's middle trading range in growth. So growth remains fairly strong, relatively speaking, because the S&P 500 is sitting right at the low of Friday and was certainly trading just below it. So the S&P 500 just about darn near breaking low. Yeah, D's Trey, we'll talk about Baba in a moment. And S&P 500 just breaking that low there, and the Dow indicating lower than Friday and Thursday's low. So it's like inflation and value stocks are down, but growth, yes, it's down, but it's actually, relatively speaking, down, a half or even only a third of how much inflationary stocks, industrial stocks, and value stocks are down. So growth is holding up. I guess you could say that perhaps the rally on growth, or the thesis on growth, is still more in play than anything else. That doesn't necessarily mean today's going to be green, and it doesn't necessarily mean that that Friday wasn't the top of whatever rally it was trying to put in. It could definitely have been the top, and now we're gonna, start to correct downward. But that still is not in yet. So today we could put in a relative strength day in growth, and that would set us up for potential this week. That is really going to be the mystery today, the question that we need answered today. We need to see the market trade to see how it goes. But at the moment, all the stocks in growth are relatively stronger than everything else. And that is unusual because growth is typically what will deflate the most on any kind of a market correction. So But again, it remains to be seen. When the market opens, we'll see how it goes. That's a good sign. Good sign. Very good sign for the market, because really all we care about is growth market. Unless you were buying and selling companies on a whole, then you'd be interested in the value market. Or if you wanted to protect your portfolio, then you'd be looking for defensives and value, which you might be. but growth is where we make the most of our money. Growth is where everybody makes money on the stock market. So that's what we're all waiting for, the turnaround or the bottom on growth. All right, now pulling deeper, getting more precise. I can say this though also that rates are down a smidge at 3.02% from Friday's 3.1%. So that also bodes well for growth again. So rates and growth themselves looking stronger, relatively stronger. And again, that whole oil inflation may have topped thesis continuing to play out, and that also probably playing into growth. And that's also probably why inflationary stocks and industrials are not doing so well, because they would follow inflation. And the S&P 500 sort of is a mix of that plus some value stocks. So the strongest game in town right now is growth stocks, the QQQ and growth stocks. And yet, again, this might be a corrective day, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, we have 3 minutes until the open, and we're also looking at TTOO, which is starting to wedge up nicely, flat top wedge. If it breaks 0.18 at the open, you should wait for that. You might have a trade there, but you would want to stop out at 0.165. That's a penny stock if you do get involved in that. But if you can break 0.18, that could be a potentially good trade. PLRX continues to push, and we're going right into the open now. PLRX looks like our best top momentum stock, and it has excellent signs momentum pre-market. It has doubled since Friday from $8 to $16 overnight pre-market here. And the market opens in just 2 minutes. And PLRX, if you do get involved in it, you should probably put at least $1 or $2 of risk into that expected stop loss, and hope to get at least 2 to 1, out of it. So if you're putting $1 on, you need to get $2 a gain. If you're putting $2 of risk on, then you need to get $4 a gain in order for that trade to be worthwhile. That's how you can know whether or not you're a total loser in the long run, is if you're taking trades that do not plausibly look like they could ever should have been taken. So keep a pulse on yourself and keep yourself in check, and make sure that you're not entering trades just on whims. At least be having a 2 to 1 outlook on everything that you enter at minimum. Soros had a 5 to 1 minimum. One of the greatest, most profitable traders of our time. All right, we got a minute and 30 seconds before the market opens. And let me take a quick look at BABA. Yes. So BABA, we'll see if it holds the 116 area. But I'm going to have to dump if it doesn't. And we got the market opening in 70 seconds. All right, 50 seconds until the market opens. TTOO failing out very strong right before the open. So that may not be happening, but PLRX tightening up. All right, we got 20 seconds until the open. Morning, Jack. Let's see. Here we go. Give things 5 minutes if you're holding anything that gapped open at a loss, like Baba. Give it 5 minutes to take their action. Sometimes 10 minutes. TTOO, not really moving. 16. PLRX is sitting at 16. It popped to 16.64 momentarily. It is back to 16 on the bid, on the ask right now. 1637, that's what I thought. Okay. Sitting around 1630s. Let me get up the high-speed trader on that one. Okay, there we go. Never you mind. PLRX has popped to 1720. It is going nuts. The next halt is at 18. There we go. It's moving right into a halt. PLRX 1804. Rebecca, stay there. Don't get rid of any shares. That is a lot of strength. And we're halted on PLRX, indicating to open at 20. Just go ahead and sit through this first halt. PLRX, okay, indicating to open at 19, settling into 19 so far. And let's take a look at this Baba. Yeah, Baba dropping further. I got a cut now. We are only 2 minutes in. Probably I should not have cut, but I just did. If we can wait 5 minutes, that's the better idea. Distracted trader helping you guys. So that's interesting. Over on PLRX, who got in? Boy, RJ's going to be pissed about that one. you know it. Yeah, let's take a look at DWAC. Like that's pretty scattered trading. TH, that looks a little bit slightly better. I'm not sure if it has the volume, but I'll put it over here. PLRX is where it's at. Don't mess around with that other stuff. Yeah, bad day for RJ to be sleeping in. Send him a note. All right, we'll be coming out of the halt on that in about 3 minutes, something like that. 2.5 minutes. Indicating to open at, actually it's indicating it's to open at 18, right where it halted. Back, it's balanced back out. Now, Rebecca and anybody in that, make sure you have sell ladder already set up with exits, because when it opens, it can just pop, and then that could be the last you ever see. You never know at those upper prices. So you want to have a certain percentage of your position set up to be exited at certain limit prices. And in this case, it would be underneath every 50-cent level. stocks between $10 and $20 every 50-cent level. Okay, 5 minutes are in of the trading day. So now you can decide on your any gap opens. Whichever direction they break of that 5-minute opening range, that could be a direction that they may take all day. Now commit to whatever that is. Looks like it was a good idea to get out of BABA. It's at 111 now. That's insane. Okay, we're going to be coming out of the halt on PLRX, and it's indicating to open at 1822. So you're definitely going to get that fill. Slight, keep the size small, but you're probably going to get that fill at 1847. Just beneath 1850, and maybe just beneath 19 and 1950. The Q's growth, the whole market dropping. And actually inflation and industrials and the Dow up on the day. Is that true? Let's take a look at that. Very curious. Yes, it is up from the open. And there it was, Rebecca. Did you see that? Popped all the way to a 20.15. Hopefully you got laddered fills all the way up there. And now your next profit targets are every dollar, underneath every dollar level, from $20 and up. So PLRX opened at 18.2 and moved all the way up to $20. Almost interesting. Almost instantly. 20.15. Boy, RJ really missed a good one here. So you should have got a fill at 18.5, 19, 19.5, and 20. Excellent profit exits set up on a laddered sell. A sell ladder. At this point, just protect your break even. And let's see where it goes. So long as you sold, as so long as you had multiple sell orders, yes. Not two sell orders on Twitter. Look at chart on Twitter. Yeah. Got two sell orders on Twitter. I see. Yeah. Yeah. The good hedge against Twitter is DWAC. Anytime Twitter falls apart, DWAC pops. The only problem is now that the Trumps left DWAC. I don't know how much that's going to correlate. Crapped out. TTOO crapped out? Yeah, it was crapping out before the open. Yes, it did. The BABA short really happening. Chris mentioned that that's a short play. And did he alert it? No, he did not. All right, so that's too bad. It would have been nice if you set that up for people there, Chris. Oh, you did? Okay. Good job. Oh, thank you. You did well on that one. Well done. But just copy paste, put it in your own channel too. Maybe people follow you. PLRX coming up and over the 1 minute candle, green over red right now. Sign of some strength, but it could be nearing the end of the trade. What happens here? If it falls below this candle, the low of this candle, that would be a failed retest neckline breakdown. That would be an exit. At the moment, it's finding strength and coming over 19. which may just set it up for not failure, but consolidation. Let's see what happens. I'm going to exit completely on MYMD at an 8.5% profit. This was something that we were getting in because when it gap open up and then turned red, that's a strong topping signal. That was a penny stock trade we had for Friday. So even though it's at a profit, I'm out. Profits on that. UXIN had a similar thing happen. It just happened too fast. I wasn't able to get on top of it. That's still a profitable position. But if it worsens much, gonna have to get out. Up 22% on that. The market. Let's go take a look at that. Okay, so we actually broke Thursday's low on the market. So we have a top on that last rally that we had last week. That does set us up for some pullback or consolidation this whole week. But that's exactly what it could be, and that's the signs that I'm seeing is that it's just weak selling. The pullback. PLRX with a nice strong 3 minutes possibly could shoot up and over to that 19 there. Continues to consolidate, which is good over VWAP. VWAP being 18. Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad you didn't put it in your alert channel, Chris, because when you put it like that, of course, anyone's welcome to do what they want with that information, but it doesn't look like an alert. It just looks like you're saying, I'm watching BABA this morning at gap down. I'm looking for, just makes it sound like you're talking about a stock. Doesn't sound like, hey, here's a trade idea. Here's something that can make money. It sounds more like you're journaling, and it's like others can just like see what you do. It wasn't like a trade idea. So good trade idea. All right, PLRX did pop over 19 and is going crazy right now. It went all the way to 19.5 and now it's popped to 20. And your next price target on that is going to be at 21. There, it just hit 2048. So, we typically put our next profits at 0.47, but actually on stocks over $20, the next target is 20.97, just beneath 21. So this is what we were looking for on PLRX. TBLT, I have it up. Nah, it doesn't look very good. No. Oh, nice. Let me see here. Okay. Hershey, I've been really stalking this trade. Hershey, maybe for a swing 100 trade, maybe an entry. So as inflation stocks pop a little bit, Hershey being in food, it's doing a little bit better than the rest of the market. I am alerting that. Been waiting for that Hershey, HSY. And if you're trying to calculate the risk on that, I'd get out at 220.50. About $1.30 of risk. A lot of very wide bars going on PLRX. I mean, this could just go wacko crazy here. Either that's a sign of topping or a sign of lunacy. So it could literally go to 25 soon here, or even 30 potentially. Here it goes, 2030, 2020, 2030. It's trying to break the high of 2048. There it goes, 2045, 2037, 2030, 2035, 2048. Boom, there's the break. 20, 2087, 21, 2140, 2141 and halting, 2141 and halting. Rebecca, make sure you get some out at the $21 level. And anybody else who's in PLRX, you want to take 5 to 10% profits out as this puppy makes progress. There we go. We're halted, indicated to open at 23.50 on PLRX. Man, what is it with people on Hershey? Nobody wants to trade those options. There's very few liquid options there. And no, I normally don't trade options. But in order to make up the remainder of my position on Hershey, because it's $222 a share and it has a very small amount of risk, I need to get some leverage with the options. But man, they're just not liquid. Okay, there's was somebody traded. No, that's not even liquid. One open interest. 171, 531. August seems to be the most liquid. Well, all right. Okay, there's some volume on the weeklies. I'll go for that. Nope, the spread's still too wide. There we go. Okay, the 220, August 19th. Okay, there we go. Gotta do what you gotta do. Move that over. VLCN. Hey, I have you on, Mike. I mean, you can. Oh, wait. I don't know. Maybe you weren't speaking, but VLCN. If you need to get my attention, I already gave you we do this every morning. I give you the host privileges to be able to do that. Just Chris says he just closed his BABA position on this little green candle. Not sure if I agree with that. I'd wait till 111 reverse that. To consider that a bottom reversed, but Chris has his excellent profitable methodology, so do as he says. I think it has room to go, so long as it doesn't break over 111. We're indicated to open at 21.5 on PLRX, and we'll be coming out of that halt in about a minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, Chris. Like, why would you? There's nothing going on there with that little green candle. Doesn't indicate anything. It's almost nothing. Definitely not over on Baba. You're just guessing. The moves are getting smaller. Gotcha. I don't know. I am not seeing that. Look at the 2-minute chart. I mean, the last two strong red candles, the most recent one is bigger. So yeah, they got smaller, but that's normal, just because of the curvature of volume. But the pullback candles are so tiny. They're non-existent. I can't even imagine leaving that trade. Anyway, you're out. What can you do, right? All right, the Hershey trade definitely heating up. Hershey now up 0.5% from entry. Yeah, they are getting a little bit smaller, and you can be happy with what you got. All right, PLRX has opened. It opened at 21.5, but it pulled way back and is heading down into the 20s. Oh, wait. I mean, it is very wide. You need to have your laddered exits set up. It's hanging around like the 21 area, but the bid and the ask are very wide. Just going crazy. It's a sign of topping, or that it's just, like I said, going to go for total lunacy. Either way, if you were in it from the start, then you're in great shape, and it's just a matter of holding and taking laddered exits. Becca, make sure you take a screenshot of your percentage gains. That's insane. From 1092 to 2150 plus. Let's get a screenshot. Definitely testing the $20 level right now on PLRX. We haven't gotten, what we would call a failed retest. We've only had a test. There's been no retest. So right now, your stop loss needs to be 18.75. That's where the trade is over. If we break 1875, outside of that, we don't have an exit pattern yet. And all out. Yeah, VLCN has moved from $1.50 to about $2 since the open. 1.5 million shares traded. Super active. Not super amazing. I would stick to the number one pick of the day and don't look back and don't dilute it. Okay, so we had a little first breakdown there at $20. Again, your all-out stop should be 1875. Baba's dumping more. Yeah, I don't know. It is finding some level off here. We're getting a pivot, potentially bottom at 110 something. I have to get the exact number in another screen here. I would say that you would get out if we break 110.60 plus a little 20-cent 20-second buffer. And that could happen. We're really close. Hit a 110.56 with 4 cents away. VLCN with a nice pop there, 12% pop from $2 to $2.30. Could be running into a halt on VLCN. Momentum picking up almost 1 million shares. So people swarming to VLCN right now. There's RJ. Poor RJ. Man, he really missed the PLRX. We got multiple halts. Pre-market stair-stepping, gorgeous pre-market stair-stepping. Anyway, I don't want to frustrate your FOMO any further than it's already frustrated, I'm sure. Oh man. All right, there. Now we have triggered the potential exit on BABA, but we need to just give it 20 seconds to hold above that level. And actually, it is pulling back, and 20 cents. All right, PLRX re-breaking out right now and hit 2178. Your next profit exit should be 21. We're just below 22, 21.97, something like that. All right, yeah, you can get all that on BABA. Bottom reversal is in. So you're right around where the ultimate exit ended up being anyway, Chris. That's just a different doing it. In fact, you got some exit lower than 110.80, I think. Yeah, you exited at about 110.40, I think. All right, there goes PLRX, popped $22 and hit 22.56. PLRX is now up 150% on the day. At times like this, when the market is the way it is, bearish, uncertain, shambles, some of these, if you can have some of this day trading stuff in your back pocket as a tool, put your money to a little bit of work. But it is also a good idea to just remain patient for the high growth trades. In baseball, like day trading is like being a finger on the bat, and swing trading is like being Babe Ruth. Also have someone to tell you to sit down. Don't trade that. Yes. Short PLRX tomorrow, maybe, or even at the close of today. Oh, my system just paused. I can't see the price action going on PLRX. Let's see. All right, we had that test of 2250, so it topped at 2250. That's the first test. We have not had a retest yet. Cannot have a failure breakdown. So your stop is actually still 19.5. Was 18.75 before, but it's up to 19.5 now if you're using pivot point trading. Yeah, PLRX was easy to borrow in pre-market, and now it's not, I assume. The growth market, that relative strength, definitely gone. The Dow and industrials and inflationary stocks acting stronger, relatively speaking, today, and growth really breaking down. So this is exactly why, I said, we got to see how this plays out during the market hours. And the SP 500 stronger than growth and the Qs. Tesla's rally is broken down. Its multi-day rally from last week is broken down. So that could be a potential short. VLCN is topped and it's pulling all the way back to $2 now. VLCN with a strong candle. When you have one day that breaks the lows of 2 prior days, that it's a momentum shift. Does that make sense? If in one day you can obliterate the lows of 2 days, then if it was going up and then you had higher lows, and in one day you can break both of those prior days higher lows, that's a change in sentiment and momentum shift. So the market is now, in a downtrend, and it has reversed off that top. That rally from last week is no longer. VLCN with total crap out. That was retest neckline failure. Retest failure and VWAP failure. Retest failure to VWAP failure. But it looks like that trade is completely over on VLCN and not worthwhile. It's a very low quality. The consolidation on PLRX is holding nicely. between 20.5 and 21.5. If we break 20.5, then that's an all out. That'll be a failed retest neckline breakdown. 20.5. And the trade would be all over for the day. And it could go into hours of consolidation. So we're really close to that. We're at 21 right now. No. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. The MUSA trade working out just great, though. In the meantime, MUSA. Anybody in that? We are now up on that one. I forget when entry was. I think it might have been on Friday. And there's the breakdown on PLRX. And so now you should be de-risking. The trade is over on PLRX. De-risking / all out. PLRX. That trade is over. It's now the backside of the trade, or otherwise known as shorting. And with that, I will join you guys in the group. That was our last major prospect right now. Else moving along swimmingly. We're on top of everything, let's put it that way. And I'll see you in the group. Thank you very much. Hope you had a good weekend, and welcome back, everybody. Glad you made it, RJ. That alarm is worth more money than you know. Yeah, post those gains, Rebecca. That's no bullshit. We're going to be all collectively pissed if you don't. Thanks. I'm going to sick everybody on you. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's your birthday gift. All right, see you in the group.